Hey Jordan and the team, how are you guys doing? It's Shib here. I wanted to make a quick video, kind of just going through our overall overview and strategy for the campaign, as we have quite a few moving parts to this campaign, and we're really starting to get into it. And I just wanted to see if I can put this together, my thoughts, so we can all be on the same page. So basically, it all starts with a little bit of research. We know that if we look in the keyword planner, and if you guys are not aware of this tool, basically it lets us see how many homeowners are actually looking for roofers in Raleigh. So as you can see, for the term roofing Raleigh, there's 590 people every single month who go to their phones and computers and make this search. Then there's other terms like roofing companies, Raleigh, Raleigh roofing, Raleigh roofing contractor, and the list goes on. Now we're targeting all the nearby areas. I'm just using Raleigh as an example, as it's a big city, and then we're located in there. And really, once we get to see this kind of demand, the next thing that comes into play is who's getting this business, right? Where are all these homeowners going? And the best way to find that answer is to just go search it ourselves. When we search for roofers in Raleigh, we can see that the page breaks down into 4 parts: Google local service at the very top, AdWords, Maps, and the organic listings. So with our campaign, we're actually going for all aspects of this page right here, right? We're attempting to get on the top position in the local services, run a PPC campaign, Maps, as well as build authority to the site. Now, to focus in on the maps a little bit, we see still a good chunk of all the traffic goes to the maps to choose a contractor. We want to take a little bit deeper dive and take a look at where we are as we are starting into this campaign. So to take a standpoint, I was just doing some searches for some of the keywords, and currently we're not showing up in the first, basically in all the pages of the maps. Right now, I did a search through and through. If any of you make a search and see us, ranking somewhere, can please let me know. But we just looked through it and we couldn't see us ranking anywhere in the first 14 pages. So if you think about it, each page has about 20 businesses. 14th page is not a full page, but if you go to the 13th one, and then every one above that has like 20 listings. So basically, we're not in the top 300 businesses right now in the maps as it stands, right? So there's quite a bit of room for improvement. We know our listing itself doesn't have a lot of reviews right now, so there's a good amount of power we're going to need to push to beat a lot of these businesses to go on. And one of the first milestones we want to be on is be in the first 100 businesses, which shouldn't be too difficult, but it is some ways to go even from where we're at right now. So I wanted to point that out. Now, to bridge this gap, because we want to take a very aggressive position and start building all the authority, the links, the platforms, the content posts simultaneous at the same time. So this is going to start moving up relatively in a short amount of time in comparison to many other styles of campaigns. But just to look at some basics right here, for example, looking at our listing, we first want to make sure that our keywords are optimized properly, the listing is fully optimized properly, and then not only is our main descriptions and stuff, pictures and stuff is uploaded and updated, but also take advantage of the GMB website, right? So this is a site that acts another site that you can build within the Google My Business listing. Currently it's not published, so we're going to publish this and create content on it. And this is actually very powerful in the sense that we can push a lot of power and authority and links to this GMB site, which then link to our main normal website and bring a lot of relevancy and power here. So that's one of the things that's going to be, being able to, that's already queued up to be taken care of in the coming weeks. And one key area we want to keep an eye on is to see how many people we're actually being put in front of. So within the listing, you can see there's the Insights tab, which actually show us, Google shares a lot of data with us that they didn't in the past. And we can see out of all the homeowners that are searching for our services and related services, in front of how many homeowners are we an option. So right now we're 223 as an option in front of all these searches. Now these are not clicks, these are not visits or interactions. Whether in the first page of Google for the term or last page, as long as we're an option in the SERPs, this is going to show here. So it's not nearly as valuable as clicks, but it's an overall visibility amount that we currently have. And as time passes, we definitely want to see this improve, right? as one of the first metrics we want to look at is cross overall to be 1,000 plus homeowners that we're being in front of as the listing overall. All right, so that's one thing. Another thing that we like to look at is photo views. So as our overall visibility is increasing, another thing we can take a look at is how many of those people that are coming across us are actually checking us out. How many of them are opening up our listing, checking out our photos, our videos that are on the listing that we're going to be uploading and optimizing the geotag and everything like that. And it's overall going to get things to go in the right direction. And obviously the most important thing is customer actions, number of people who are calling us, actually clicking and interacting with our listing and visiting our website through our listing. But these are a lot of the places that we like to put some key metrics and goals for our team, because these are the metrics, levers we really have that starts to move and indicate where we're in the right direction and that we're headed to the direction that's going to lead to more calls, more rankings, etc. So the last thing I just wanted to point out very quick on the listing itself inside is the posts. So looks like our listing, we haven't made our first post yet. So this is something we take, have a pretty rigorous approach to, meaning with using Google Posts and creating blogs regularly, we're able to interact and be in front of a lot of homeowners who are searching for particular long tail keywords, within the service that we already serve. So we're going to bump this up, get our first post out within the coming weeks. And then since that post, we're going to also queue up to post at least 2 times, if not 3 times a week. So we're going to get from just having no posts to being in a position where we're having more than 10 posts per month going out, which is going to dramatically speed up a lot of this process. So coming back to our search here, most of the power for the maps to get in top positions is actually going to come from outside of the listing. It's not these optimizations, although these are important to get down. But once these are really being set and optimized properly, posts are going up, all the link building we're going to be doing and sending the links to the maps is what's really going to push the power. Having that said, the next thing we want to address is what it takes to actually get chosen. These guys right here who are in the top 3, Baker, Roofworks, Raleigh Roofers, not all of them get the same amount of calls, right? One of the things that makes a big difference is the number of reviews, right? A lot of times, let's say if Baker Roofing hypothetically had like just 20 reviews, even though they're number 1, Raleigh Roofers would be getting a lot more calls than these guys, even if they're number 1 with 20 reviews, right? Because even if your ranking is high but your reviews is low, then still a lot of homeowners are not going to pick your company. So currently we have 1 review in our Google listing, and we're in a pretty competitive market. Like not many markets have like 200 plus reviews like this across the board. But what we see is that one of the milestones for reviews is once we can able to reach the 3-digit mark, meaning 100 reviews. The quicker we can get to 3 digits, that's the fastest way to get to a position where homeowners instantly recognize us as an authority in the industry, right? There's been tests that are done, and when we have 100 plus reviews for a local company, homeowners will right away assume that we've been around in the industry for decades and associate us with a lot of authority. So that's one of the goals we want to get to. Now, that is some ways to go as well. So while generally we recommend asking customers for reviews, we would also be happy to do a review campaign for you and basically be able to help and getting an extra 2 to 3 reviews coming in a week on this strategically from different IPs and whatnot in the area, so we can also have this reputation start to increase as we're working on the rankings to go up. And then taking it one step further, once we have a good amount of Google reviews, while Google is the number 1 place where we want to have most of our reviews, a lot of homeowners, what they'll do is once they see us, let's say they're searching for a term and let's say they were able to come across us, a lot of times they will actually search our business just like this in a separate tab, right? Especially if they're looking to do a replacement, if they're looking to a big renovation, they already have it in their mind to get their dream renovation done. They're going to do a little bit extra digging, and a lot of times they will search us up on like this. They'll see how many reviews you have on Google, but then they'll also like to see if there's other platforms we have a lot of reviews in. So for example, Roofworks right here has a good demonstration. Like when we search them, a homeowner in their mind could be thinking like, okay, let me just take a look to see if these guys are, actually worth giving a call, if they're well reputable. And you can see that they really shine, right? They have like 200 plus reviews here, a lot of reviews indexed here, a lot of customers review star, star, star. If you were to scroll down on the right side, if the homeowner is doing this on a computer, they'll see like star, 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 star everywhere. It's not like they click all of these, but just the fact that they have a lot of these listings that come up that have a lot of stars and stars here and a lot of reviews on Google, overall in the whole experience of them doing their little vetting, it screams to them that yes, go ahead and call them. You can go ahead and call Roofers because they are one of the top companies, right? And we want that kind of impact for us as well. So to make that happen, not only should we go for Google reviews, which we can help with, but also some of these other platforms, whether it be BBB, maybe even like if we use some other lead vendors, or it could be just Facebook, our Facebook page, whatever it may be. We like to choose another 1 or 2 platforms that we can push up in these listings, so it increases the conversions where people are doing that deep level, vetting our company out. Next, we go to the website, and while there's a lot of things we like to track on the site itself, initially we want to make sure that we have a trustable site, meaning that Google feels comfortable sending their users to the site, and without the search engines thinking there's anything that could happen that's harmful to their users, right? Those are things like making sure having a proper technical SEO in place. Our site is secure. We have a privacy policy page, and really making sure that our tracking is set. That's one of the most important things, is to make sure that as the campaign progresses, we can tell how things are working, where we're ranking before compared to where we're ranking now, and be able to attribute which keywords are bringing us the most traffic and whatnot. So one tool we use for that is Surffox, which you're going to be seeing from time to time. I'm just demonstrating it real quick here from a client of ours as we're still setting up our dashboard. But basically, like this tool right here, it shows us for all the terms that we're targeting for a company, where are we ranking, right? And each day it takes a screenshot of where we're ranking, so that way it's a very good way to be able to see when we go back in time how we have progressed over time. So for this company, for example, they're ranking number 2, so the first page of Google has 10 listings. So anything that's under 10 is in the first page. So right now, for example, for the term, how long do roofs last in Florida, you can see that when you search this in Google, these guys, Reliant Roofing, is right here in the first page. So for us, since our Surffox is getting set up and still populating all the keywords we're going to be targeting, I'm just showing it to you in Ahrefs, which is another tool. Currently, we just have keywords with our brand name, Karma Construction, Karma DC, Group Karma, etc. for these variations. But as you'll be able to see, like what we would like it to happen is start having it shown where we start targeting a lot of the nearby areas like roofing, Durham and C, roofing, Raleigh, and all the areas nearby. So we're going to be putting a lot of those cities in there that we're going to be targeting, and you'll be able to see that in the Surffox. But I just wanted to kind of like introduce the tool to you, so when you get when you're able to see reports from it, then you'll kind of like set in place what that looks like. That really becomes one of the important things for the campaign. A lot of times, even early stages of the campaign, within the first 90 days, we can start getting ranked in nearby areas pretty quickly. Internally, one of our goals is to rank at least for 4 to 5 of the cities that we're targeting in the first page within the first 90 days. And basically what we'd be targeting, around Raleigh, the neighborhoods, smaller areas, these zip codes terms, when people are searching for roofing in these areas, with our listing as well as on the site, we want to have these pages with content created as we're building the links, and the site is getting more authority. We are going to have basically start to rank higher and higher for these individual areas, and that's a really good indication that Google is taking account to the work that is being done from our side, and basically passing on that credibility and showcasing it in the rankings and making us show up higher and higher when people are searching for roofing services around us. So that's pretty much an overall scope, you could say. The last thing I want to point out is a few things from Ahrefs. This is one of the tools that we use. It is probably the best tool out there to see overall authority for our brand, and has like various types of functionality. One of the things I just want to point out is the domain rating. This you could think of as a total accumulation score from the traffic we get, keywords we're targeting, pages on the site, power, links that we have, everything together, what kind of score we have, right? A lot of the things nowadays, what it comes down to is the links from other platforms. Google kind of realizes that, any company can say that they're the best roofer on their website, whether it be RoofWorks or some other competitor that we have. Anybody can put it on the site, right? But they want to see what are other platforms saying about us, what are other businesses, entities, like platforms that are well known in the roofing industry mentioning about us, and are they talking about us in a positive light. So one of the ways we can gauge that is the power we have on our domain authority, and obviously also the rankings that we're able to achieve. Currently, our domain authority is 4, and the score is out of 100, but it's not supposed to be close to 100. Companies like Apple, Best Buy, Amazon, they're like in the 90s. The higher you go up, the harder it gets to go higher. So we see generally for local companies getting to a score of about 10. That is a decent amount of power. That's when a lot of the keywords starts to be a lot easier to rank for. So currently we're at a 4, and we keep an eye on some of the other guys around us that we're also looking at, these kind of competitors and stuff. We have RoofWorks, for example, they're at a 15. So it kind of gives as a gauge, right? They have like 500, 600 words that they're targeting, good amount of people coming to their business every single month. And currently we are at a 4. We don't have a lot of keywords we're ranking for. So it kind of gives us an gauge of where we stand and where, the direction we want to go and the room for improvement there is. As we are building our platforms, like nowadays it's very important to get indexed. For example, when we actually search for our brand name, how far do we see quality platforms about our business that are actually owned by under Karma Construction, right? So the more we have that's actually indexed in Google, the better it is. So not only getting our top citations like the Yelps and Foursquares, but actually building links from quality guest posts as well as citation platforms that are in the roofing industry specifically. That's really important. And then also more important than that is getting links going to those citation platforms to make sure they're indexed in Google's indexation and network in these pages when we're searching for our brand name. Same with social media, not just stopping at our Facebook and Instagrams, but also building out the profiles for the top 30, top 50 social media platforms, and then building those profiles, making sure they have content, as well as those are getting links, tier 2 links, Google Drive stacks, things like that, until they're also getting indexed. And all of those things are going to play a part. Those kind of links are going to play a part in getting us to that level authority we're talking about. And ultimately the goal is to have that breakthrough session that happens in Google, where really the way we like to explain it is that our brand name becomes somewhat synonyms with the word roof. So whenever somebody's searching for a roofer, not only, let's say in the real world, we could be coming up in their mind as one of the go-to roofers, but also also on Google itself, we are shown highly for a lot of the terms, and Google also basically credits us as one of the top roofers in the area, at least in the mainly in the zip codes we're targeting. And that breakthrough really gets to a position where we can, ultimately get to a point where we're getting a lot more phone calls and have that position where not only are the people are coming and, clicking on our listing and stuff, but the conversion rate is also very high because our reputation, everything else that they're seeing about us on other platforms really solidify our position in the market. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to shoot a quick little video to kind of take you through my thought process. I'm looking through all the moving parts in the campaign that's going on, and just wanted to also keep everybody in the loop. So thank you for taking time to watch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll speak soon.